Hello, friends. Dr. Nels here, coming to you this week with a second segment on meetings, and this one will be about business type meetings. Hello, friends. Dr. Nels here, coming to you this week with more information on life, leadership, and business, helping grow your values and principles so that you can be the best version of you. And this week, we're coming back to you with segment 2 on meetings. Last week was on family meetings. This week is on business, church, team type meetings. And what I want to do is just kind of play out my business meeting life journey. And for me, the first real business type meetings I ever sat in was in a clinic in Oakley, Kansas, with a dear friend, mentor, and business partner of mine, Dr. Wade Taylor, out of Oakley, that had the practice was in Oakley. And my senior year in the fall of 2000, I spent 3 weeks at his clinic. And every Monday morning, they started every Monday morning at 7 a.m. with a veterinary meeting. And all the veterinarians were there. And believe it or not, at that point in time, in the fall of 2000, in a town of, how many people were in Oakley, Cale?
At that time, probably 3,500, maybe?
Oh, I think you're high. You think so?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, well, anyway, let's just say 3,500.
Give my hometown a little bit of credit.
Yeah, there you go. There was, I think, 7 veterinarians there at the time. And so that clinic was rocking and rolling. It was known as one of the best in the state, in the region, and multi-state region, nation. They were killing it, doing some incredible things. And I would sit in on those 7 a.m. meetings, and I remember them vaguely, somewhat, kind of vividly, though. I do remember a few conversations that I won't go into here, but good conversations, but client discussions and things that are going on at the clinic. That was my first experience with that. And then I graduated from veterinary college, and so the first practice I went to, we had no meetings. And the second practice I went to, we had staff meetings when they were called for. Basically, they were called for, they would hand out a $20 bill and then commence the chewing rears. And that was basically their only meetings. And so I knew that when I came here in 2005 and Karen and I bought AMC, that we were going to have meetings. Didn't know my head from my ass and how to have a meeting, what to do with a meeting. I just knew successful businesses had meetings, as that's what Dr. Wade Taylor had been doing at Oakley. And as I tell people, I'm not that smart, but I try to do what smart people do. And at the time, it was just Jerry Wheel and I, and having meetings. And then we moved through to Future Veterinarians. We had a weekly Monday 7 a.m. meeting. Those were designed to get our veterinarians in here, have discussions on cases, operations, people, challenges, things we needed to learn and do better at. And we still do them to today. If you're going to be here at AMC, every veterinarian has to be here at 7 a.m. on Monday mornings for our meeting and for us to learn. But then as time progressed, we realized we needed more. And fast forward all the way to today, literally 20 years later, in about 8 days, whatever June 1st hits will be 20 years, we have all sorts of meetings. And so we have meetings for different reasons and different people involved in different meetings. They're a crucial part of our success. Everyone may see the outside walls and inside the walls and the success and what we do, and people care passionately. We work hard, have great attitudes, give tremendous effort. We live by our core values. All those things have been developed in meetings such as this room. It's part of the reason we made this addition. This room is strictly for learning and coaching and counseling and teaching for AMC to be the best version of itself. And we have our still Monday 7 a.m. vet meetings. One of those Mondays at 7 a.m. is a required staff meeting, required attendance staff meeting. You cannot work here if you can't be at our monthly 7 a.m. staff meeting on Monday mornings, which we understand the commitment. We have lots of young people, kids, and they're juggling things. But the reality is they have to be here. If we're going to move needles, if we're going to grow people, they have to be here. That has since evolved. Dr. Ty has added another meeting that some of you see in our social media when we actually shut down. We have what we call a strategic staff meeting now once a month, typically lasts for an hour and a half or so. Actually shut the clinic down in the middle of the day, which that took Ty quite a bit of convincing for me to hop on board with that. But it's been one of our next best moves we've ever done. Full staff meeting, everyone here. Ty has an agenda, people add to the agenda, they email their agenda topics, and they hash out everything strategically and tactically in the operations of this clinic, which has then allowed us in our Monday once a month staff meeting at 7 a.m. That's turned into strictly a self-improvement and leadership development hour-long meeting that I lead. He leads the strategic staff meeting, I lead that one. Those are two very critical meetings we have. And we also have leadership meetings, financial meetings, meetings with accountants, and those are more quarterly types. And we have some also off-the-cuff leadership meetings. We've got to come together and hash some things out quickly. But business requires meetings, and there's no perfect way to go about it. Like I told you in 2005, I didn't know my head from my ass in a meeting, but I studied it. I read about it. There's great authors out there that talk about meetings and how to have them. Patrick Lencioni has incredible material. If you want to read about how to do meetings, look into him. One of my other mentors, Todd Tolles, had me dive into a book called Traction. There's some great material on meetings and different things and agendas and how to conduct meetings. And so the idea of this was just to give you some ideas on doing meetings. And we hope we've done that for you. And if you're sitting in a place and you've been the leader and you've never had meetings, do it like I said a week ago. Tell your staff beforehand. Don't just call the meeting. Don't just give them any information about it, because then they'll be like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Give them a heads up. And don't send out an email letting everybody know. Go to them all, round them up or something, talk to them in groups as you go out today. Say, hey, we haven't had any meetings. We're gonna start having some more meetings. I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna put together an agenda. I want your input on the agenda, but we're gonna have a meeting Monday at 8 a.m. on May, whatever. Give them a heads up, let them know what's coming at them so you don't catch them off guard and get them worried. That's the last thing you want to do. But give them some forewarning. Do like I did too. Another option is when you end your meeting, end it in prayer. And so another way to go about that is years ago, I knew we needed to end in prayer because people like Dave Ramsey influenced me, and people that pray together grow together. And I'm like, I could just feel the nudge that we needed to do that to help bring us together, because we're not perfect. We have our issues, we have our challenges, we have people that need help. And so I ended one of our monthly Monday staff meetings. I said, hey, great meeting, we've had a great meeting. We're gonna end next month's meeting in prayer. I'm forewarning you all, so you all know, because I don't want to catch you off guard and stand up and say, let's pray, because then it's gonna get weird. I want your mindset to be set that in a month, we're going to end that meeting and we're going to stand up and pray. And we do that today. We will always do that as long as I'm inside these walls, because the power of prayer grows people together. So we hope you've liked these last two episodes. We hope we've given you some ideas on how to start having meetings if you're not, maybe on how to tweak the ones that you are currently having, and how to continue to look for other information on making your meetings better. And lastly, remember, if you're going to fill this room with an entire staff, you better make it valuable, because it's a very, very expensive meeting. It costs us thousands and thousands of dollars every single year to have the meetings. But done well, done right, on a cadence that everybody knows and can expect when they're going to happen, and you reach out to them to let them give input in advance, you will kill it in your meetings, I promise you. Well, if you like this content, click subscribe here. Thanks for joining us this week, friends. We'll see you next week.